Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon or Rising. Scorpio, this is your intuitive tarot reading. It's for 2 weeks this time because I've been a little bit sick. So this reading is from May the 4th to May the 17th. So this week we've got the No Oracle card, which is a pretty strong message from the universe, guys. We have Atman behind that. We've got the Ten of Swords, the Page of Swords, Five of Swords, the Magician, the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. So, yeah, I mean, we do have an ending of a situation that I feel has been unfulfilling for you for some while, and also a sense of potentially internal, external conflict relating to that situation. It really is time for those winds of change to blow this fortnight and to, you know, bring this to a completion. With that No Oracle card, it is the time to hold off any major decision making or any kind of pushing or forcing that ending and just allowing things to unfold naturally. And the good news is we have this beautiful new beginning energy and an awakening to your own power under the Magician energy as well. So we'll go to the tarot in a moment, guys. I'm just going to go to the Oracle cards and I'm just going to flick to the page of the No one because I will actually read that one out. But first of all, I just want to discuss the Atman card. Now, the Atman card is about connecting with your sense of divinity, and it's also about it really is awakening to your limitless potential. And it's interesting because I've just done the reading for Cancer, and both Atman and the Magician came out, and I sort of made the connection that, you know, Atman really does link to the Magician energy because it's about understanding that you have all the power and potential within you. You have a limitless resource, especially when you're connected to universal energy. So when I saw Atman come out for your reading, I thought, well, I must mention the link between the Magician to you guys. And then as the fourth card out, there goes the Magician. So you're really being asked to tune into your sense of power and your ability to actually manifest and then materialize, you know, what is in your intention at the moment. So you're going to be quite powerful in that realm. So just make sure that your thoughts are in, you know, the right direction, because energy flows where thought goes, guys. And we have No, which is really asking you to postpone or pause on, you know, any big actions or decisions this week. So I'm going to read that one out. Page 26. Saying yes to something that isn't in alignment with you will drain your energy and your time. Hold out for an aligned 100% yes. Often when you're looking for guidance to make a decision, it can be frustrating not to move into a clear and considered action. However, timing is everything, and not receiving clear guidance is actually guidance in itself. We all go through times known as waiting periods, and these are crucial for our body to regenerate, the new path to formulate, and the universe to begin creating things on your behalf. You don't need to be ploughing forward all the time to move forward. A potent, congruent yes, when the time is right, will put you ahead leaps and bounds. Don't force things now, just because it seems like the only option. Take a breather and wait. Look, I know that there might be a sense of impatience for some of you, Scorpio, because I feel like you've wanted change on the situation for a long time, currently. I want to start here in the recent past with the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So that Seven of Pentacles shows somebody who has kept up their end of the deal, who has put in the energy, has put the blood, sweat and tears into, say, a work project or their career. Or if you think this is about a love situation for you, it could be you've really given it your all, you've really done your best to sort of give your energy to another person, you've tended to the relationship, you've cultivated it, nurtured it, all of those kinds of things. And I think you've had a certain amount of success in it. You've built this, let's say, this pentacle bush, which really stands for the material, the actual material representation of that. You know, you have built a certain amount of that, what you've desired. However, there's a sense of apathy or a sense of being disappointed or disillusioned with the progress. Maybe it's stalled. Maybe you just had greater expectations for the situation, and now you're kind of wondering whether ongoing this is going to be enough for you. Are you really getting the return for the investment of time and energy that you've put in. And, you know, we see here with the Five of Swords a sense of conflict. Now, this could be internal conflict, you know, with your own kind of sitting on the fence about, you know, well, do I carry on, you know, putting my energy into the situation, or do I take it elsewhere? Or it could be that the situation has gone slightly toxic or gone into a sense of conflict energy. You know, the Five of Swords can be the argumentative energy, the harsh words. It can be sort of the battle of the mind, because the swords is the suit of the intellect. Some of you might be, you know, feel like you're sort of, you know, fighting each other as opponents sometimes, you know, rather than being in union. And that could have been the change that's really made you realize, well, I don't know if I'm willing to invest in this any further. Maybe I want out of the situation. And 5 in tarot is the number of conflict, but it's also the number of change. So whenever I see the 5s come up, I always say that the way, you know, to transmute conflict is to bring change to a situation. Because if we keep on doing what we always did, we get what we always got. Yeah, we might get some more of these pentacles, but maybe these pentacles are, you know, not the ones that you're truly desiring. Or maybe you are getting, you know, the physical resources out of the situation, but what you're really desiring is love, is Cups energy. So it's time for change, you know, it's really time for change. And that's exactly what I see here with the Page of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So the Page of Swords can be known as the Wind of Change card. It's kind of like the rumblings of progress, of the wind changing, of a new direction coming in. It could also be a air sign person, and maybe a younger or more immature air sign person coming in that somehow helps you have a realization about the situation, helps you initiate the completion or something like that. So that would be an Aquarius, Libra or Gemini. Could also be a child. But either way, you know, the winds are starting to change, and I think you're really getting close to understanding, you know, what needs to happen in this situation. And I do feel that that is bringing it to some kind of completion, or a part of it sort of ending or dying in some way with that Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords usually is an ending that is a bit more painful. You know, it can be quite sudden. There can be a sense of betrayal or deception. And some of you might feel like that if you have put in a lot of your time and energy, and maybe, you know, you were sort of thinking that the other person was on the same page, but maybe, you know, they never really intended to do their bit, to keep up their end of the bargain. There might be a sense of feeling used in this situation as well. You know, the Ten of Swords can sometimes take a bit of time to recover from, a bit of healing time. Some of you might be feeling tired and fatigued. And that might be, you know, why we have this No Oracle card here. It's the universe is saying, okay, don't make any big bold moves at the moment, this fortnight. You need to actually recover your energetic resources and heal a bit first, and then you'll be in the right place to move forward. And, you know, what I love about the Ten of Swords, though, is that, you know, there is this beautiful new beginning or new dawn, new day, you know, just bursting on the horizon, waiting to eclipse that darkness. So that's always a reminder that with every ending, there is a new beginning. And it's like it's a sliding door, you know, it's just waiting to happen. And the way that we get to that new beginning is by bringing something to completion. And it's almost like, you know, that yellow sky there is just the bursting of the Magician energy waiting to come through. Look at this, guys. Has wand, will use it. I feel like you've been handed your power here in the form of an awakening and a new beginning. So the Magician, as I mentioned before, is an awakening to the fact that you have all the tools and resources within you to manifest and create the reality you desire, and then to actually materialize it into the physical realm. That's why the Magician has, you know, representation of each of the tarot suits on the table here. He's got all the tools. And it's that realization that, you know, we're not waiting for somebody else to fulfill us. Everything that we desire is within ourselves, and that's when you really unlock that unlimited potential. That's why he has the infinity sign there. And there's that saying with the Magician, you know, as above, so below. So making sure that our inner game is on point, that we truly believe that we are, you know, worthy, that we are that creator, because what we truly believe internally is what we reflect back and start magnetizing towards us. But I really feel like you're being handed a new beginning. You're being handed this wand of energy, of passion, of enthusiasm, and my goodness, Scorpio, you're going to get straight on using it. So the Ace of Wands can be a new beginning. It can be a passionate new beginning, so of course that could be in romance. If this isn't a business situation for you, it can be a new offer that really lights you up, that you feel on purpose with, that, you know, is really fulfilling for you. It can be awakening to your sense of spirituality. It can be a spiritual awakening for some of you. There's a sense of growth, of transformation. Yes, just strong forward movement, and a big feeling too of being divinely gifted with that Ace of Wands. So I just love it when I see the Ace of Wands with the Magician, because it's sort of like the divine is giving you this opportunity, and then, you know, you are here ready to seize it, powerful to get on creating with it and to get on manifesting your reality. And we can see the, you know, the indicators of abundance here, you know, really moving into a sense of having what you desire and being fulfilled with it. I mean, there's a certain amount of abundance in the Seven of Pentacles as well, but there's an apathy that comes with it, whereas the Magician is, you know, is powerful, is fulfilled, because he or she is creating exactly what she desires. It's from their desires, not from the desires of somebody else. So I love that. Okay, Scorpio, I'm just going to draw a couple of keywords to close out the reading. Let's give these a little shuffle. We have, ooh, risk. Okay, interesting. And boldness. Well, they go fairly well together, don't they? Look, sometimes we have to be willing to risk something in order to gain something else. You know, maybe bringing this situation to a completion, Ten of Swords completion, is feels like taking a risk for you. You know, being, you know, bold, having the courage and confidence and strength to say, I've had enough, or I'm stepping away from this. I'm not putting my time and energy in it anymore. And that is almost like an alchemical moment, because you send a really clear message to the universe of what you are willing to be available to, for, you know, what you're willing to be open to and what you're willing to attract into your life. It's like you're breaking that spell, actually. And then, you know, you're really creating new intention for your life here and saying, well, I'm only available for abundance, for new passionate, positive beginnings in my life. So sometimes we have to be willing to put something on the line, have the courage and boldness to do that. I love it, Scorpio. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Do keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for every one of you necessarily. Feel free to leave me a comment, because I always love to know how it's playing out in your daily life and if this resonates for anyone. And see you back here very soon for another reading.